All right, guys, weekly stimulus for the week of June 8th. Today is my brother's birthday, so happy birthday, Nick. All right, this week is the start of the World Cup. Yeah, buddy. So all you soccer fans out there or football fans out there, foosball, you guys can get really excited. What we're going to do is after the group stage 2, we're going to do a little bit of a pick the team winner. We'll explain how that's going to work, and maybe you can win some prizes. But we're going to try to have some fun, put the board up on the wall. So where we normally write open and things like that, we'll let you write some encouraging things about your team. You know, go USA, things like that. Okay, so Monday. Monday is week number 3 on our strict press. Last week for the strict press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what we're trying to do is hit something that's a heavy single. It could be a 1RM. That's not the goal, all right, but it could be. How it's going to work is pretty simple, all right? You'll do a set of 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. So we did 5 week 1. We did 3 week 2. So you should have a pretty good guideline if you came to just one of those weeks as far as where to start and maybe a goal to finish, all right? You guys get a 5-minute break in between. Oh, pull-ups are in between the strict press too. So 5 sets, 4 sets on the pull-ups. Again, use the chart and find versions that you can go ahead and get better at the pull-ups. Every 2 minutes times 7. So we've done this format twice before with runs, right? You'll have a 1 minute and 45 second of work with a 15-second rest. So not a lot of rest. It's a 200-meter row. Time remaining, max rep, total bar. So this is a lot. There's a lot of rounds here. So I suggest even people that are pretty good at total bar, quick, small sets that you can continually jump up, all right, and do. That even goes for people with knee chest, because at some point it will get a little grippy. Coaches, if you have a class larger than 9, I see no problem why you can't stagger them by 1 minute. It was taking everybody about 50 seconds to do the row. So, again, you know, unless you have a full class, I would divide the class of maybe 12 in half, 6 and 6. So there are a couple of extra rowers if there is a little bit of overlapping, okay? Tuesday, week 1 on deadlift. We did 3 weeks of touch and go deadlifts to give you a guideline, all right, on where to maybe start when we start our deadlifting cycle. So this week is 6 reps, all right? Use the touch and go repetitions as a guideline. Obviously, we're doing 6 reps in a row, all right, for week 1, 5 sets, so it's a total of 30 reps. What we want to do is we want to start nice and light and then continue to climb. Write these numbers down so we have an idea, okay, of where to start when we go, when we change the repetitions, rep scheme, excuse me. All right, so break in between, 5-minute break in between, 15-minute AMRAP, sprinterval, okay, so kind of like last week. It's 1 rope climb, 9 box jump overs, 3 wall walk, and then rest 1 minute. So again, coaches, I would also stagger this as well. All right, maybe by just 30 seconds or a minute, all right, have the people do the rope, then the box, then they get up against the wall, and then as they're taking their break, they're moving towards the rope to go ahead and do the rope climb, all right, the next round, excuse me. All right, 1 minute break in between each round. I expect you guys to get a lot of rounds here, all right? People that are pretty fast, I think you can definitely get this all done in a minute. So you're looking at somewhere 6, 8 rounds, okay? Wednesday. So Wednesday is 4 rounds of a 1 minute max rep cleans. So this is really important so you understand how it works, okay? There are starting weights, but regardless of what weight you start with, if after the first round you did 8 or more reps, you'll add weight for round number 2, okay? Now you do round number 2, 1 minute max rep cleans. Again, these should be singles, all right? If you get more than 7 reps, all right, in round number 2, then you'll add some weight for round number 3. If you get more than 6 reps on round number 3, which is all likely you should all get over 8, 7, and 6. Some of you guys might get 12, 15, depending on the weight. After round number 3, if you get 6 more reps, you'll add weight again. That weight adjustment is going to be up to you. It's going to be your choice. So let's say I start at 135, and again, more than likely, you're going to be doing singles, all right? So quick singles. So let's say I get to 12 reps. Okay, didn't feel that bad. Maybe I put 10 pounds. So maybe I go 135, 45, 55, and then 65, okay? That's all going to depend on the athlete, all right, and what your strengths are. Again, we're not looking for ugly reps. We're looking for us to get nice volume repetitions here, all right, on the cleans. So it's only 4 rounds. Coaches, I would cap them at right around like 15. I mean, if you're getting 15 reps in a minute, you're really moving, especially from singles. The weight is probably very, very light. So that might go ahead and garner you making a bigger jump instead of 10 pounds. But that's going to be up to the athlete. And coaches, you're going to need to work with the people to figure out maybe what might be the best weight for them, okay? But go off of their last set as a guideline, all right? Okay, so we have 5 rounds, all right, on an EMOM clock, all right? So this is how it's going to work. It's 15 intervals. So it's 5 rounds of 3 movements. Movement number 1 is front squat. So you'll hold on to your bar. The weight is 115, 85, and goes down from there, all right? You'll take the weight from the floor. You'll clean it, power clean. Squat clean will count as rep number 1. And what you're looking to do for 15 seconds is just front squat. Once the 30 seconds. Once the 30 seconds is up, all right, if you did get to 15 reps, stop there, all right? If that happens on the first round, I don't think it's going to happen on the next round, but you'll squat clean. You'll go ahead and knock out, all right, as many reps as you can, capped at 15, and then you'll rest for 30 seconds, all right? So, coaches, what you'll do in a full class, 6 people per station, okay? All right, the movements are front squat, double under, and ski. So, if you do have a large class and you have multiple people at each station, you'll go ahead and have half of them ski at the 30 seconds, have them hand the handles to the next person comes in, and then they ski. They are alternating every minute. So just put them up on the EMOM clock, have one group start at the beep, all right, and then, say time or switch or rotate, whatever you want to say, all right, and then after that, they'll move on. So really important that once your rest break, once you're on the rest break, you should be moving to the next station. So once I do my 30 seconds of front squats, I drop the bar, the other group is working for 30 seconds, and I'm making my way over to where the jump rope or the ski. All right? Work 30, rest 30. I think you can come out a little hot here, but you definitely want to settle in because it is a lot of rounds, okay? Thursday, burden carrying. So these are burden runs. It's a 200-meter farmer's carry. That's 2 weights in your hand, all right? 2 surgeons and back. 50 wall ball. 300-meter suitcase carry. That is to the Meridia door. The fire hydrant in between the Meridias. And that's just one hand. So you can switch it during the whole time. You shouldn't have to put it down because it's only one hand. All right, 40 wall ball. 600-meter run with the wall ball. So you are supposed to hold the wall ball in the front rack position, okay, or bear hug style. You can hold it like this. You can wrap your hands around it. It's up to you. But what you can't do, put it on your shoulder. Put it on your hip. Hold it in one hand. It's supposed to be annoying, all right? That's why it's a burden, all right? It's not supposed to be fun. So, coaches, this is one of those workouts that once you see some people that go out on that burden run, all right, go out towards the front door and see how many people are cheating and putting the ball on top of their head or on their back when they should be holding it in the front rack position, okay? 30 wall ball. And then you'll just go in reverse with another burden run for 600, 20 wall ball, 300-meter suitcase, 10 wall ball, 200-meter farmers, time, okay? All right, Friday is a benchmark. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a handful of benchmarks scattered out throughout our programming. All right. And this is a workout that you write down, all right, for benchmark number one. Maybe even one day we'll put something up on the wall and you can, know what your benchmark times are. But this is 10 rounds for time. It's 7 power cleans. All right. It's 7 burpees. And then it's a 200-meter run. And you just go merry-go-round style until you complete 10 rounds. All right. So there's very specific weights here. So my goal or my suggestion to you guys would be is to pick one of the weights, whatever the weight is, okay? All right? So RX, this is RX for all the age groups. Again, you can use any weight you want, but these are the weights for the age groups, all right? If you're 16 to 44 years old, you'll use 135.95, all right? This is just RX, all right? RX ages 45 to 54, you'll use 115 and 80. If you're 55 to 65, you'll use 95 and 65. So we want to use these weights, all right, because it's a benchmark. And when we redo this workout, you'll have the ability to track your progress. That's the goal. That's the idea. But we'll see how it works. All right. Saturday, every 5 minutes times 7. So it's a 35-minute running clock. All right. And you have to do 4 movements within that time, and time remaining is a break. It should at least be a minute of breaking. It's 3 bar muscle ups or 9 pull-ups, chest to bars or regular pull-ups. All right. You can make it 9 or 12 jumping pull-ups depending on the person. 15 dumbbell snatches, 9 total bar, and then 15-12 on the bike. So you should be moving nice and steady. Okay. All right. But you don't want to ham anything. You want to move smooth in transition, okay? The bar muscle up might be a little easier for you guys that are proficient at bar muscle up because it's just a smaller number of repetitions. Dumbbell snatch is not going to take you more, dumbbell snatch is not going to take you more than about 30 seconds. Total bar, not going to take you more, all right, than about a minute. Bike, it's going to take you about 90 seconds. So you should be able to get this done in 4 minutes. You guys that are pretty good on the bike and that can move pretty efficiently on the bar muscle up and total bar, I think you guys can get this done in under 3 minutes or a little over 3 minutes, depending on your the weights you're using and again how you're moving throughout this. But that may get harder and harder as the rounds go. Again, goal here is that we're looking for at least a minute, okay, of break. I think it's going to be like 3:30, 1:30. But we'll see. Sunday is Daniela's coaching. Daniela's coaching. Is that her first Sunday class coaching? Maybe. All right. So Sunday coach always writes the workout. All right. She's got a hero, J.O. Vargas. We've never done this workout before. It's a partner workout. It has running, push-up, wall ball, box jump, and med ball sit-ups or weighted sit-ups, okay? All right, has a very interesting flow to it too as well. All right, you'll both run together. When one person is doing push-up, the other person holds hollow. When one person is doing wall ball, the other person's holding plank. When one person's doing box jump, the other one is holding bottom of squat. That's not going to be fun, all right? And then you do the runs together. There is no break here except when you do the buy-in and the cash out when one person is working on the med ball sit-ups. So this is one of those workouts that you're going to be working for the entire time. Should be a good one. That's our week. Good talk.